Welcome to The Vision. Let's get this show on the road. All right. Now, are you guys ready? Fellas, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Now, it's our premiere show. Yes. And we're so excited about it. Now, I am Damien Harrison. I'm the host and podcaster of Damien and Damien Talks Education. And I am here, you guys, with my fellow co-host on today, host of the Bry'Neir podcast and host of the Prince TJ show. Give it up for Bry'Neir Seymour, Prince TJ. All right, fellas, how are you guys doing today? How are you doing? First show, how are you feeling?
Super excited to be here, first of all. The gang is back. All right?
I know, we're all back together.
All back, better than ever.
Yes, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Equality in a relationship means that each person's interests and desires are respected and met to a reasonable degree, as opposed to just one partner's needs, dominating the relationship. What are your thoughts on relationship equality? I'm going to hand this over to Chris TJ. What are you thinking? What's going in your mind right now?
In order to have a successful relationship, there needs to be some type of stability, right? There needs to be some type of, balance in the relationship, not just the woman doing this part and the man doing that part, or the man doing this part and the woman doing that part. No, there needs to be some sort of balance. Let me give you an example. Some people like to sexualize chores. It's crazy, but it's out there. Some people say women should stick to doing dishes and the men should stick to taking out the garbage. Well, me personally, I feel that both genders could do that. Both. Anybody could take out the trash. Anybody could do the dishes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that have some type of balance in a relationship. It doesn't have to be just a man taking out the trash in a relationship. It doesn't have to be the woman, always cooking, always cleaning, always, doing the dishes. That's not the narrative that I want our generation to grow up with. And, I don't want our generation to have that narrative of the woman must cook, she must clean, she must, do the dishes. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Or the man, the man should absolutely take out the trash. No, not in all, forms.
Relationships are supposed to be 50-50. Like,
right.
50-50. Like, if you 50 plus 50 is 100. Like, let's be real. Like, come on, now. Like, it's a relationship. But sometimes some people be doing 75-25. Or, that's that number. Or, I don't get it, because if you want to be in a relationship, if you want to fight to be in a relationship, they had to be equal to each other. That's just plain and simple.
Yeah.
I mean, like, come on now. Like, be real. Like, I get what you're saying about the trash. Woman supposed to take out both genders, both parties can take out the trash and all of that. But you got to have some type of equity as well as, like, some type of balance. Because if you're not able to balance out a relationship, then how are you going to balance out more dark parts of life? Because eventually y'all gonna be more than friends in a relationship. Let's be real.
That's what we want for our women, is for them, to feel, empowered, for them, to have their own freedom, for them to have their own independence. And, also, being into a relationship, we got to hear both sides, both voices, because they both matter. We can't always hear, only one side. You're always right, but what about me over here? Let me have an input to this right here, because, if we all, both parties come together, I feel things will get done very quickly in a normal fashion manner. Then, one is doing everything, then one person sitting over here, like, that's not how, relationship is supposed to work. We're together. Right. It needs to work together as a team, as a bond, communicate with each other, know what, things are. What do I need to contribute, be in this relationship, this and that. So, now, gentlemen, neither of us are fathers just yet. But, when growing up, how were you guys disciplined And how do you see yourself, disciplining your child in the near future? I need to hear this. Don't all speak at once.
My discipline will be very, very well. Sometimes it'll be strict, but I think on most majority of times it'll be I'll lean off because now think back to me as a child, I'm going through so much at the same time. Parents don't realize that because they're working and because they're doing everything, paying the bills and everything, they're going through so much as a parent that their own child is also going through so much, school and homework and, everything else that comes with school. Even when you get out of school, you still have to be in school. Like, it's a lot. So I think I'd be more on the, easy side, when it comes to discipline or when it comes to anything like that. But discipline for me will have to be, I can't really decide that just yet because I feel like when I get to know that child, I have to get to see on what they, what they're like. You know what I'm saying? Some kids, they're more into their phone. Some kids, they're more into their games. Some kids, they're, more into toys. So I have to be able to find out what that child likes most so I can take that away. So I can, teach them the real process of, doing your homework, do schoolwork, make good grades. When you make good grades, also, not everything has to be about discipline. I can also, reward. There can also be rewards in that, situation there. So, when you get, because I feel that nowadays, when you get a bad grade, you get disciplined. But when you make good grades, it's like, what's happening here? You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to talk about your downfall, but where is my arise, right? Why are you talking about my downfall, but when I arise, you don't talk about that? That's all.
That's interesting.
I was failing in sixth grade, and then I always had trouble in math grades when it came midterm time. And my mom was like, "You get your math grade up, you get your math grade up, you get your math grade up." Everybody's like, "No, you're gonna go over there, do your work, you're gonna stay on that math thing for 2 hours. You're gonna do math, it's gonna stick to your brain." I'm like, okay. But when I passed the class, oh good. I get that. And that's me. That's why I'm so, I don't want to say hectic, but that's why I'm so potent about getting good grades, because that's how I was raised. I was raised on the fact of you get good grades, you get good things. You know what I'm saying? Get good grades, you get rewarded. You know what I'm saying? You get bad grades, you'll have to eventually do a mommy and me boot camp or beyond scared straight at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the tough things. And me personally, disciplining my child, I'm gonna make sure my child definitely understands right from wrong, without a doubt. I'm not gonna let my child come on the world, especially my son and my daughter. I really gotta be really, really like potent about discipline, because we're bringing kids into an already troubling world. Don't add more trouble to their future. You know what I'm saying? Because especially on black kids, and especially black young men, treat them as if they're kings and allow them to understand the real meaning of becoming a young man. Don't sit here and influence them with drugs and weapons and all that, because we cannot raise a statistic. No, we're not going to raise statistics. It's not how life is. Because oftentimes, black men are statistics.
Yeah.
And the reason why you have to do so much foundation when you're raising a child, because that foundation leads them to the future.
Ooh, yeah.
So this is why I'm going to be a strict father, to where I want my kids to have fun and be reasonable, but I want them to understand how to make right decisions.
How I was disciplined, my mom, she was very strict onto her kids. because that's how she had grew up, because she always wants and this with all parents, they want what's the best for each of their children.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
because Bra, just like you were saying, the world today, and I'm just, I'm seeing right now where I'm at. People, there's some young men, young black men who are my age. And then when I was back in high school, middle school, being out onto the streets, doing whatever, and the parents, they just don't care, y'all. Seriously. They don't care. They don't discipline their child, give them, consequences. They let them do whatever they want to do. But, as soon as something, terribly happens to their child, oh, here they come rolling around this and that. I'm like, I feel like at that point, it's too late. It's too late for that. Because where have you been, when your kids is out onto the streets doing whatever, and you think that's okay? You think that's okay as a parent? I don't. That doesn't fit with me. That doesn't fit with me.
Now, people of color have been asking for equality since the 19th century, and an overwhelming majority of blacks, 88% to be exact, say that this country needs to continue making changes for blacks to have equal rights with whites. But 43% are skeptical that such changes will even occur. An additional 42% of blacks believe that the country will eventually make the changes needed for blacks to have equal rights with whites. And just 8% say the country has already made the necessary changes. So, gentlemen, where do you fit in? We're going to start with Danny.
I fall under that 88% category because I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just had to say it. I say this all the time. I don't see no change. I just don't. I don't see no change. I don't know when the heck that will start happening, for us, to seriously come together as one, as a unit. When is that ever going to happen? Because I feel, especially right now, and we're about to this 2024 election, we are so divided on so many things. And it's just, if you know who is elected president again, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. But I just don't see no change. I just don't. We keep saying we want change. Where's the action behind it? Where are all the people backing up onto it? Where are you at? I don't see you guys. So.
Yeah, I into the 43%. All right, I'm skeptical that changes will ever occur. Okay, and I say this because when I die, I already know that we still gonna have racism. We still gonna have people who are still racist, not even just the whites, but the blacks too. People say it's to your own kind, but let's be real. I feel that I really do feel that these changes will never happen. I feel that, and I feel that strongly. I'm with Damien. I want to see change, but I know that I'm not, because I know that the United States of America cannot come together as one united people to change, to have equality. You know what I'm saying? It's I have it,
Yeah.
But it's good to try.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I'm 88% because we can't keep having these conversations about race and equality and all of that anymore, because it's been too long. I'm half 88%, half 43, because I'm just not seeing nothing no more. I'm really not. Like, I'm not going to hold you. We've been fighting for change for a very long time. 4 years ago, evidently, change still needed to be made. And just passing an act just doesn't get it, because people are still going to be racist. People are still going to hate each other. People are still going to hate each other. It is not just about blacks and whites. It is about everybody hating each other. It's ridiculous. It's not pretty. It's unorthodox because where are we at as a country? We fight on the land of the free, but where's the free?
Yeah.
And then I hope you know who don't win, because if you know who don't win, you listen. If you know who wins, you know what we're gonna have.
We do.
We ain't gonna have nothing. That's gonna be the
Right.
worst day ever. People are gonna hate each other. It's not going to work ever. I'm sorry, but if I gotta put my money on some change, I can't, because I'm not gonna guarantee that we're gonna have change. I'm just not.
Now, fellas, let's get real and talk about this right here. Do you believe, our generation today, our society today, is becoming more woke due to social media? And let me start with Prince TJ. What are you thinking over there?
Well, today's society, our generation now, we're so hooked on, iPhone, Android, whatever. We're so hooked on our devices. We're so hooked on the Apple Watches, our phones, our computers, our TVs, and we're so hooked on the devices. And every day scrolling on TED Talk, scrolling on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, X, all of these different social media platforms, and there's every time I go on TikTok, and mainly on TikTok, there is this false rumor every time about the government or about what's going to happen. Oh my gosh, you guys, the aliens are coming back. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, dude, really? And so there's a lot of things that are happening in woke. Woke means becoming, stop sleeping. Stop sleeping, noticing what our world is really about, noticing that the world or the government or the presidents or the politicians, whomever, we have to be woke on what they're really doing, on what they're really about,
Right.
That's what woke means.
Yeah.
For me, woke means being more aware, being more, versatile about certain things. Because I'm not going to hold you. People like to use woke as a target. For instance, the other guy, Agent Orange, used woke as a attack when we were having those, protests in 2020. Like, a lot of people are saying people are being woke because they want attention. But I think woke is kind of sort of a way of us being versatile, a way of us being aware about what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Because got to. Like, we're in a world now where a lot of stuff are just happening, and you have to really know your part, know where you stand. And you just gotta be woke about things. And a lot of things are really targeting African American community. A lot of things are only targeting, other communities such as the LGBTQ plus community, the Latino community. Like, a lot of minority groups are really going through and being woke because a lot of things are just unjust. You have to be woke and you have to know what's up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, to piggyback, what you guys are saying, absolutely, about you have to be aware. You have to be aware of what's going on. Like, seriously, especially in today's times right now, seriously,
Right.
because it's just, for me, I don't think, us as human beings, well, some, I'm not going to say all of us, but there are some out there who are just really, are not aware of what's really happening. They think, stuff is like fake. Stuff is not going to happen, this and that. But when it really does, it really shocks right back at them. It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't see all this coming. It's like, you wasn't aware. Where was you at? You got to be thinking, you got to be heads toe onto this, because a lot of things are happening, right now. As we're doing the show, there's a lot of things that's going on right now that we are not aware of. And we got to, inform ourselves. We got to, educate ourselves. We got to be aware of what's happening around the world. We got to watch, trustworthy news. I'm gonna say that to everybody. People out there, you could come for me. I don't care. But Fox News, Fox News, that is the I don't know what's going on over there. I really don't. It is,
Yeah.
and people
Yeah.
believe that stuff. You know, they really believe
Really?
that stuff.
Literally. Yes.